Hi guys, welcome to Flip the Deck Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is going to be all about your soulmate. So we're going to get every detail that we can about your soulmate and about your life with your soulmate. I have 4 readings for you to choose from today. Reading number 1 is going to be Pyrite. Let's make it focus. Reading 2, Moss Agate. Reading 3, Lapis Lazuli. And reading 4, Rose Quartz. So take as much time as you need. You can meditate on the cards or pause the video during the close-ups of the stones if you want to get a better look. I'm going to leave your timestamps in the description box down below, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, number 1, if you picked the Pyrite, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out every detail we can about your soulmate. So let's jump right in with your tarot cards. I have 3 cards here. So the first card is going to represent the energy dynamic between the two of you when you first come together. And then I have a card to represent them and a card to represent you. So this is going to be at the time of meeting this person. So let's see what the energy between the two of you is when you first meet. We have the Sun. Okay, that's actually really beautiful energy. There's a lot of like happy, fun energy around the two of you when you first come together. And it looks like you guys are gonna laugh and like really have a blast together. So if this is someone that you already know, you would recognize them by the fact that you feel really lighthearted around them. They probably have a great sense of humor. They make you laugh. They laugh at your jokes. It just seems like the two of you have a lot of fun together. So this also could be a relationship that comes together in more of like a friendly way at first. It might not be a relationship that you realize is going to blossom into something romantic, but you do know that you feel really comfortable around this person and that you have a lot of fun. This can also be an indication that things are really looking up in your life right before you meet this person. And I would say the same is true for your soulmate. It probably will feel like a lot of things are coming together for you in your life, that things are working out. You have a really positive outlook at the time that you're meeting this person. I think it can kind of feel, it's almost like you feel like something positive or something impactful is about to enter your life before it happens. So you might have a little bit of an intuitive knowing before you meet this person or before this relationship really blossoms. And I think after you are discussing this with this person, you might find that they have the same feeling, just kind of like this inexplicable knowing that something important was about to happen in their life, that something impactful was about to happen in your life. It's just kind of a feeling you have. So this can show that you and your soulmate have both reached a certain level of success in your life before this relationship comes into existence. It doesn't mean that you have to have reached the absolute pinnacle of success, but you're definitely kind of feeling like you're on top of the world at this time. So it could be that you've just graduated school, or you've just achieved something in your career, or you're just feeling really good about your place in the world at the time. But it's really a great energy to enter a relationship with, because it looks like the two of you aren't looking for each other to necessarily heal you or complete you. I think you feel very complete and very satisfied and very content with where you are. And when this relationship comes into your life, it's almost like it's just the icing on the cake, but it's not the entire cake. Like, you've already kind of built something and you already have a lot to be happy about and to celebrate and to be proud of when this relationship happens. It looks like both of you have actually done a lot of self-development and are really progressing in your career. I think this is only going to enhance the dynamics of your relationship. So that's the feeling I'm getting, is that this success that you're having is just going to make your relationship more beautiful. And like I said, both of you seem to have a really positive outlook on life and are in the position to share the success that you've gained with each other. And that might be financially, you're able to share success with your partner and they're able to share success with you. It could be just that you've developed yourself to a point where you're more emotionally available, and the same would be true with them. So whatever level it is that you've reached, the two of you are able to really share that with each other and just really provide some, it's almost like I want to say provide a lot of value. So there might have been things lacking in previous relationships where people weren't emotionally developed, or maybe you've been with people who wanted to treat you to a nice dinner or something, but they just didn't have the means to do it. So I think your partner is going to be someone who's very successful, and I think you're going to be really successful in your own right too before this relationship comes together. So you're both going to be able to treat each other and kind of spoil each other a little bit, whether that's financially or emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is. You both just seem to have a lot to give, a lot to offer. So let's look at your person at the time that you are meeting. So your person, your soulmate, is coming through as Temperance, and you are showing up as the Movement of Swords. So this is Knight of Swords energy. Okay. This Temperance energy really shows me that your soulmate is going to be a very balanced person. They're going to be at a very balanced place in their life. So maybe they've gone through times that were a little bit hectic. Maybe it was hard for them to kind of sort through all of their responsibilities, all of their duties, everything they were trying to juggle in their life. But at the time that you meet them, this person's going to be really balanced and have a very even temperament. So I think it's something that's going to be really soothing and kind of enjoyable for you to like to be in this person's presence, because they just have a really calming energy around them. I do think this person could at first come across as a bit controlled. Just that even temperament. It could be that they want to maintain a certain balance or keep things in order in a certain way, and that kind of keeps them level-headed. What I love about Temperance energy is it is Sagittarius energy, which is fiery, passionate, lots of fun. Sagittarius people have a great sense of humor. So your soulmate may be a Sagittarius or another fire sign, an Aries or a Leo, but they don't have to be. This is just showing elements of their personality and how they're coming across when you first meet them. So they're definitely coming across as very fun. If they do have kind of a regimented energy to them, or a part of them that likes to maintain order so that they can keep things in balance, I think it's something you're going to appreciate, because they also have this really lighthearted, fun side to them and like to kind of joke around a lot and have a lot of fun, and can be kind of spontaneous at times too. So it's interesting energy to have that balance and to have that spontaneity, but that's actually really beautiful, and I think that's something that you enjoy about them. This person, I think, has enough life experience to know that the way that they see things isn't the only way to see things. So they're very accommodating of you in the beginning of this relationship. They are eager to hear your thoughts and your opinions about things when you're first getting together. You're noticing about them, that they want to hear how you feel about things. This is part of them being able to maintain this balance. They don't see things as black and white. They don't see things as right or wrong. They're very open-minded and will hear you out and hear your point of view. The two of you, I get the feeling that when the two of you go out, or when this person wants to take you out, or when you invite them out for the first time, they're going to be really interested in what you want to do. So your first date, or even if it's not an official date, the first time the two of you kind of hang out together, I think they're going to be really concerned with what it is that you want to do, and going somewhere with you where there's activities that you enjoy or food that you like to eat. They're just very accommodating and very eager to get to know you. Like I was saying, they want to hear your opinions, and they have a desire to communicate right from the beginning and figure out all of the little details about you and really get lost in what makes you you. This is somebody who might be well-traveled. Yeah, that's kind of coming through, because I think that this ability of theirs it to be really balanced and to consider everyone's point of view, it really could be because they've put themselves in a lot of different scenarios. They may have traveled the world. They may have lived in other countries and experienced many cultures that are different from the culture that they were raised in, which really just helps them to be more open-minded. They've developed a richness to their personality and a really open mind. So it's really, I think it's cute. I think it's something that you're going to really admire about them right from the beginning, and they just come across as somebody very well versed in a lot of things. So this might be somebody who has like all the facts. They like to share little interesting facts with you, or just share information about their travels. They're definitely going to be intriguing to you and keep you interested, keep you on your toes, but at the same time, they're really interested in you. They're interested in learning about you a lot too. When you first meet, you are coming through as Movement of Swords, which is Knight of Swords energy. So I have the feeling that when you meet this person, you are going to be in pursuit of something. But oddly enough, I don't think that what you're in pursuit of is a relationship. So you might be in a stage of your life where things are starting to finally take off for you. Your career might be taking off. You might be getting opportunities that you've waited a long time for. And then you meet this person. And it kind of explains this sun energy, because like I was saying before, it's like you are in a place in your life where you can really view things positively. At this time when this person comes into your life, you're feeling on top of the world, and that's probably because some of these opportunities are coming in, and it just feels like you've reached a certain height, and like you're in pursuit of something, and a relationship really might be the last thing on your mind at the time this person comes into your life. You might, this might sound funny, but you actually, when you first meet this person, your initial reaction to them, or your initial thought about them might be that they're a distraction, because I feel like you are going to have a lot going on at this time, and you're just like, you're achieving so much, you're accomplishing so much in your life individually, and then you meet this person, and I think you're really drawn to them initially, and they show obvious interest in you, but it's like at the same time you're thinking, I have all this other stuff to do, my focus is somewhere else, I was not planning on getting in a relationship right now, and I don't want to split my focus. I feel like that's the energy that you're going into it with. But I think the only reason you have that thought about this person is because you really, really like them right from the beginning. And like if you met someone that you didn't consider entering a relationship with, or giving them a lot of your time, this thought would never come to mind. You would just sort of disregard them. But when it comes to this person, you're not able to do that. You really like this person. You're really drawn to this person. And I think that even though you're enjoying your independence at the time, and you're enjoying your success too, once you realize how much this person enriches your life, once you realize how interesting they are, and how interested in you they are, and how giving they are of themselves, it really opens you up to the possibility of this relationship. So I don't know, for all of you it'll be different how long this phase of viewing them as a distraction lasts. I get the feeling it's not for very long at all. I think it's just your initial thought about this person, and that's only because you can kind of feel strong feelings for this person pretty early on. The Knight of Swords is really quick to take action. So you might find yourself moving toward this person really quick. That's why I'm saying I don't think you're going to have this thought about them for very long. I think that their energy is almost like a magnet to you, and things might progress quite quickly, especially once you kind of drop that guard and realize that they're worth your time, like that they are worth taking a bit of your time away from whatever it is you're focusing on to spend it with them, because they're going to add so much value to your life. I think this person wasn't in your plans. This person comes through as a total surprise, but a very beautiful and a very welcome surprise. So let's look into your soulmate's personality a little bit more. We already know that they are very balanced, or at least they come across as extremely balanced and level-headed when you first meet them. So these cards are going to give us a little bit of insight into this person's personality. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. This is more like fiery energy, and we were getting a bit of fire energy from this Temperance card. We also have fire energy here with the Sun card, or the sign of Leo. The two of you might meet in the summertime around July, August, when the sun is in the sign of Leo. So that could be significant to you, or your person might be a fire sign. Then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And we have the Knight of Wands. So more fire energy coming through for this person. I think this person is very, very passionate. All this fire energy that's coming through, and they might be a large contributing factor to the sun energy that's between the two of you when you first meet. So when it comes to relationships, it looks like this person might have put themselves out there before, and it looks like they may have been burned in the past, which is kind of funny because we're talking about all this fire energy and they're giving off the fire energy, but it does look like they may have been burned in the past. They may have been hurt. They may have been let down in the past. What I love about this energy is they've reached this place of balance in their life, and they're not afraid to dive in again. So although this person might have a story to tell, they might have experiences to share with you, there might be past hurts that they want to communicate to you, it doesn't mean that they're unavailable. They are actually quite willing to enter this relationship with you, and that probably is just a testament to how important this connection is to them from the very beginning. I also really love that both of you are showing up as knights. You were showing up here as Movement of Swords, which is Knight of Swords energy, and then your person comes through as Knight of Wands. So it shows that both of you are willing to take action in this relationship. You're both in pursuit of each other. I think that the dynamics are going to be quite evenly balanced and evenly matched in this relationship. I feel like you are going to want to move toward this person and move forward in this relationship just as much as they want to move towards you. Very balanced, very reciprocal, which again makes sense because we're talking about your soulmate being a very balanced person. I feel like in this connection, nobody's dragging their feet, and that's really important to bring up. And that's kind of what that Knight energy tells me, is that nobody's dragging their feet. Nobody's trying to make this take too long. No one's trying to drag out this connection. It feels like you kind of know that it's right. You both realize and agree that this is right, and just move forward pretty easily. Now, this Ace of Cups here in reverse is really all about self-love. So this person has spent a lot of time learning to love and accept themselves, which again just points to that balanced energy. And that allows them to love others and to accept others for exactly who they are more easily than someone who hasn't cultivated that sense of self-love. So I think that's probably why when the two of you meet, this person's really interested in you. They're interested in learning every detail about you and finding out what you like and what your preferences are. There's someone who can accommodate that because they can live with the fact that you might like something different than they do, and that they can still find enjoyment from that, and they can share pieces of themselves that are different from you, and that you can both enjoy that. They're comfortable with that. So I think the two of you will have a lot of fun and really share a lot with each other, and you'll get new experiences from this person because they're going to want to share with you who they are and kind of like what they've accumulated over the years, in a way, like what kind of knowledge they have, what kind of wisdom they have, what kind of experiences they've had. And they're open to hearing about your experiences as well. I think that also this person is highly successful. We were talking about both of you really probably being at a time of success in your life. This might be a dynamic where your soulmate is a little bit older or a little bit more advanced in their chosen path, whatever that may be, than you are at the time that you meet. Both of you, I think, are having a lot of success, but it looks like your soulmate may have reached a level of success that puts them in a leadership role, or they are in a position of having a platform or a following that puts a lot of eyes on them. So this might be somebody in the public eye in some sense. And there is a certain amount of pressure that comes with that from reaching this level of success. It looks like they're able to handle that. So I keep coming back to this temperance energy, and I really love this person. Like, I'm really excited for you that this is your soulmate, because it seems like every time a challenge comes up, this balanced energy that they have is what just allows everything to flow. So they might have a lot of eyes on them. They might have a lot of critics. And I think that that's just because they are so successful, and it's like they don't let it bother them. They don't let it affect them. It all just kind of rolls off their back. They are not a person who's going to take things personally, take things to heart, let the opinions of others sway them. They are very, very balanced. And if that's something that you struggle with in your life, they're going to help bring that balance to you. They're going to help to make you see that you are wonderful just as you are, and that you can be successful, and that you don't have to listen to like the naysayers or the haters. Like, that's kind of the feeling I get from this person, is that they might have a lot of haters. Not that they are like a terrible person and should be hated. I think that they just have a large audience, and as we know, you can't please everyone. So I think this person just takes a really balanced approach to all of that, and kind of just has an easygoing nature. But there's definitely a feeling of great success here, and of them really like having all eyes on them. So whatever it is that they do, they're very good at it. And they're very successful at it. They might have been at it for quite some time by the time you meet them. This could also be someone who found a lot of success really early on with this Knight energy. It could be someone who is still quite young and really hasn't had the years of experience that you would expect to match the level of success that they have, but they kind of got an early start, and it looks like they really go for like what they want. They really go after their dreams. So they might have really put in a couple of years of super hard work and achieved a level of success that's quite impressive for their age. Okay, now we're going to look at this person's strengths and their struggles. So we're going to find out what your soulmate is very, very good at, and what they are kind of lacking and could improve on. I think we've already touched on a lot of their strengths. This temperance energy is a huge strength for them. So let's see. This person's strength is coming through as the Tiger, and their struggle, the Owl. So more fire energy with this Tiger, and then air energy with the Owl. Okay. This person is absolutely fearless. So this is what they are very good at, what they are strong at. I think that this Tiger energy really pairs nicely with this Knight of Wands energy. This is energy that really goes for what they want. They go full force. They follow their passion, and it's a very fast-paced energy. So like I was saying, this might be someone who has achieved a great deal in a short number of years. That could be something that you learn about them very early on. It seems like they've forged some sort of unique path for themselves, and they've built a lot of success for themselves, no matter how long it took them to do that. But they have achieved a lot of success, and they're kind of able to find their way through paths that aren't well lit. So they're not afraid to go where no one has gone before. They aren't afraid of the darkness or the aloneness that can sometimes come from choosing a path that's less traveled. So this could be someone who is very entrepreneurial, someone who has kind of gone out on their own and started something new that a lot of people would have been scared or intimidated by, but they've taken that chance. So they're not really afraid in those scary, dark places that a lot of people can feel afraid in. This can also go back to that idea that this person might be very well traveled. So this might be someone who has been brave enough to travel to different countries and put themselves in a lot of uncomfortable situations, maybe heading into areas where they don't speak the language, and it's like they have this way of adapting. So they may have moved to another country where they didn't speak the language and learned the language really quickly. They may speak several languages. I think they learn really quickly in general, and they adapt quickly, and it does go back again to that balanced energy. They're able to see both sides, you know, so they can really relate to people. Even if they come from two separate worlds, they're able to relate to people very easily and form connections with people. This also might be somebody who's very physically strong. They might be someone who's in great shape, and I think that they kind of excel at this. So it's just like a strength of theirs, like to have the wherewithal to really watch everything that they eat, or to build muscle or something that's just coming through as a part of their personality. And it could be a part of kind of what draws you to them or what makes them appealing to you. They definitely come across as confident. This isn't coming through as like cocky or arrogant, but a real true confidence. And it looks like they have every reason to be confident because they've really proven themselves in whatever it is that they have done. They do what it takes to succeed, and they've proven themselves in this area. So yeah, they've earned this level of confidence. That's why it doesn't come through as being arrogant. They're also really highly devoted to anything they put their mind to. And this is also kind of an indication with this tiger energy that they are a very sensual lover. So these are all the things that are great about this person, that are positive elements of their personality and things that they excel at. In the area of their struggles, we have the owl. So I think this person can kind of struggle to come out of the darkness a little bit and can struggle to express themselves. And I think this is really coming from, it's actually kind of like an offspin of what they are great at. Like we were talking about, they're really comfortable in that dark place, in that alone place. So I think they've had to do a lot of their life alone. They've had to maybe face a lot of challenges by themselves. They've put themselves in situations that force them to do this. And that can cause them sometimes, I think, to be maybe a little bit overly independent when it comes to relationship. Like they might struggle at times to remember that they have a partner in their life now, and that they have someone who can be by their side and who can stand by them and help them open up. So it looks like this is someone that from time to time you might need to remind them that it's okay for them to communicate. It's okay for them to bounce ideas off of you or concerns off of you, that it's okay to lean on you a little bit. It looks like they're very wise, and they can sometimes get in their own way because it's like they're so capable of figuring things out on their own that they don't really realize when they don't have to. So that's something that could come up in the relationship. They'll kind of strike out and try to do things on their own a lot. And you might find yourself saying, hey, I'm here. Like, you could have asked me to help you with that thing. Or if that was bothering you, you could have let me know and maybe I could have helped. It's not that they are secretive by any means. It's just that they are used to solving problems on their own. So that's a little bit of a struggle for them. So to wrap up the reading, we're going to look at how this person feels about you, and then we're also going to look at what your life and relationship is like with them. So let's look at how they feel about you. We have the King of Swords and the Four of Wands. Okay. This person feels very, very passionate about you. I can say that. Here's what's really jumping out to me. This person feels like you are an intellectual match for them. Now, it's not like they're saying that they are so above everyone else that no one can match them intellectually, but you really do challenge them. You introduce them to new ideas. And I think for someone who's such a trailblazer like they seem to be, this is really refreshing energy for them, because a lot of stuff can just be same. And I think when they meet you, there's a little bit of a different energy. So your thoughts and your ideas really interest them and excite them. I think your mind and just your intellectual prowess is very, it's like a big turn on for them, actually. They have a lot of respect for you, and they're clear about you. They're very clear about how they feel about you and what they want with you. Very clear, and I feel like they openly communicate that. So their energy towards you is very consistent, and they're direct with their feelings. You don't have to wonder if they care about you or not, or if the relationship is going well or not, because they will openly tell you. They will express these things to you. They will show you. I just think they appreciate you a lot, and they're very grateful that you came into their life, and they take every opportunity to tell and show you that. This Four of Wands energy here is a celebration card. So there might be a lot of romantic gestures when it comes to this person, a lot of displays of affection. And that's because they are so grateful for you. They want to show you. They take every opportunity they can to show you. So this is the type of person that'll set up romantic dinners or cute little picnics, or just buy you a gift for no reason, take you somewhere special. They always are doing things to show you that they were thinking about you all day, that that you're top of mind for them, that you are first priority for them. They are always taking the opportunity to show you that. I think they have a feeling that they were able to achieve so much before you came into their life, but they still weren't fulfilled before having you. So there's a definite sense of commitment. You're something that they don't want to let go, because they know what it's like to have everything and to still not have enough. And I think that having this connection in their life is going to make them feel like they finally have enough. So they are definitely noticing and appreciative of just your existence in their life and how important that is. Okay, let's look at your final oracle card to figure out what your life and relationship with this person is like. And we have Between Worlds. This card really, it makes me think of a lot of exciting things and a lot of kind of like unexpected twists and turns. So your life with this person is going to be full of excitement. We were talking about this person traveling. They might be someone who loves to travel and they want to take you along on their adventures now. This is someone who's always going to keep you on your toes. Like I was saying, unexpected trips and surprises. So this actually could tie back into these romantic gestures. I think they're just always surprising you one way or another. It seems like the energy between the two of you stays fresh. It never gets stale. Your relationship never gets boring, because this person is always spicing things up, always spicing up the energy. So it's really, that's actually really fun energy. That's something really exciting. And this card is a number 3 too. And 3s are all about like looking forward to the future and like planning and acting on those plans. So I kind of like that in connection with this Between Worlds, because you see one leg, this flamingo, one leg is in this situation, this scenario, and the other leg is in the next. So I think for your person, it's like no matter where you are in life, they're always kind of looking forward to the next thing. I think they can also enjoy the present moment. Again, that balanced energy. They're able to enjoy the present moment and to be really happy where they are, but they're also always looking toward the next thing and like what thing they can surprise you with, or how they can improve or enrich your lives together. So it's just really great that this person is taking on that role and that responsibility of keeping you on your toes. And if you are that way too, then I think the two of you are going to have an extra exciting life, because you're both going to be always planning something new and exciting to happen in your life. So really beautiful energy. I think I'm going to leave it there. That's all I see for you in terms of your soulmate. This looks like a super fun relationship, so I'm really happy for you. If you liked this video, if it resonated for you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I really look forward to seeing you again sometime soon in another video. Bye! Hi, number 2. If you picked the Moss Agate, this is going to be your reading. We are going to find out every detail that we can about your soulmate. So let's jump right into your tarot cards. I have 3 cards here. The first card is going to represent the energy dynamic between the two of you when you first meet. And then the next card will represent the energy of your soulmate when you first meet. And the last card will represent your energy when you first meet. So we're looking at the very beginning of the relationship and how things are coming across when you two are first coming together. Okay. We have the 7 of Swords. So this is the energy dynamic between the two of you when you first meet or when you first begin this relationship. Now, there's a lot of different ways I could interpret this card. So I can think of three ways I could interpret this. So let's just see what resonates for you. So it could be that when you two first meet, you could both be coming out of relationships where you felt betrayed. So this might be a relationship that you've been in immediately before you meet this person, or it could be just past relationships. So you could have found yourself in connections in the past where it didn't feel like you could trust your partner. I think your soulmate might feel like this too. So this is an indication that when the two of you first come together, you might both have your guard up a little bit because of past experiences. It feels like almost like you expect them to be like everybody else, and they kind of expect you to be like everybody else too, to give them the same experience that past partners have. And if that wasn't a pleasant experience, then it might be that the two of you are not very open to the idea of this relationship at first, or are really protecting your hearts at first. So that's one interpretation of the Seven of Wands being the energy dynamic between the two of you when you come together. Another way we could look at this is that it might be that the two of you are coming together in some kind of secretive way at first. So it might be that for some reason you don't want to or aren't able to reveal your relationship publicly when the two of you first come together. For whatever reason, that could be the case. It could be that the two of you want to make sure that the relationship is solid and that it is serious before you kind of announce it publicly or are seen together in public. So this might be a little bit of a sneaky situation to begin with. I guess we can look at that a number of different ways. I don't get an extremely negative energy from this. I feel like it might just be something that's like your relationship might be a little unexpected, or people might, like, you might run in the same circle where you have a lot of the same friends, and maybe it would be quite surprising for them that you two have kind of hooked up or connected in this way. So you kind of want to make sure that it's something real before you let anyone know. And the last interpretation of this card is a lot of times Seven of Swords, can talk a lot about strategy. So it might be that the two of you come together in some sort of strategic fashion at first. It could be that you're working together in a business sense. You're collaborating on a project. You're doing something that's mutually beneficial for the two of you with no thought of a romantic connection, and then something blossoms. You start having feelings for each other. So this could be someone that you meet through work or through like an entrepreneurial project. I'm kind of getting the vibe of like people who collaborate on a video or on maybe some music, like working together in that sense. And it's like you're just working with the person. You don't expect to like the person that way, but then it turns out that you start having feelings for each other. So lots of different interpretations. Take what resonates there. Let's look at the energy of your person at the time of coming together. Okay, your person is showing up as Earth Mother, and this is Empress energy. And you are showing up as the Naked Heart. I always get excited when I see that card. This card is something special and unique to this particular tarot deck. So it's not in the traditional tarot. It's actually a really special card. So your person coming through as the Empress. Now, this could be that your person is a very feminine person. It doesn't have to mean that, but if your soulmate is a feminine, or if you would like to meet someone who identifies as feminine, then this is kind of an indication that this person will. But it really doesn't have to be an extremely feminine person. It is someone who's in touch with both sides, their masculine and their feminine side. It's also someone who's just very creative and sensual and nurturing. So this is someone who immediately when you meet them, they come through as quite nurturing and caring to you. I think it's someone that you're immediately going to find attractive when you first meet them. And it might be because they have a particular way about them or a particular style. So they might come across as very elegant. It seems like they really put themselves together quite nicely. They might dress very nicely. They might be the type of person that likes to dress up all the time, or they dress in the particular style that you like. But I get the feeling that they catch your eye right from the beginning. This is also an indication that this person is very abundant. When you meet them, that's immediately apparent. They are doing quite well for themselves. You're going to notice their kind nature right away. And it's like they're not only kind to you, but they're kind to everyone around. So this might be someone who you meet in a social setting or you meet through a group of friends, because I think you're able to see them interact with other people right from the beginning. And you're really picking up on the fact that they're nice, they're respectful, and they're kind to everyone around them. I think gracious is the word that's coming to mind. This person is very gracious. So I am kind of like, I'm picking up on a lot of different things about them already, that they are very successful, but they also seem extremely humble. And I think you like that about them a lot when the two of you first meet. Now, you are showing up as the Naked Heart. This can be a sign that at the time you meet this person, you're feeling extremely intuitive and you're feeling very divinely guided. It's like you know instantly that this person is important. I think that's because I get the feeling that you in general feel like you're on your path when you meet this person. Like you might have other indications of being on your path and really have like an intuitive feeling. It's like you just feel like you're in flow. So I think we've all experienced that sometimes. Sometimes we feel like we're on it, and sometimes we feel like we are completely off. Like things just aren't lining up and we don't know what we're doing or where we're going. There are times when we just feel so in sync and everything seems to match up. Everything seems to line up. We're noticing all types of synchronicities and it feels like, oh, I must be on the right path. I must be doing the right thing. I feel so connected and so like in flow. That's kind of the feeling you're going to have right before you meet this person. It might be a time when you're feeling particularly connected to your guides or just super tapped in general. Like I was saying, signs and synchronicity. So I think if you start to notice repeating numbers or there's something that just keeps repeatedly catching your eye, something that's trying to pull your attention, I think that is a sign that this person is close to making their appearance in your life. It feels like at the time that you meet them, you're really connected to your gifts and your abilities. So if you are, for instance, an artist of some sort, it's like this is the time you're going to be really invested in your art, really putting out a lot of pieces, really doing some of your best work and enjoying every second of it, like having a blast doing it, really finding yourself. It's like you just feel on it. Like I don't really know any other way to say it. When you meet them, you just really feel on it. And I think that contributes to kind of the gravity of this person coming into your life, because you feel so on it and you feel like things have been lining up in such a way that you know that meeting them wasn't by chance, because everything else has been lining up so seemingly perfectly or deliberately that it just can't be by chance that this person comes into your life. So that's kind of your energy during the time that you meet this person. Now we are going to look at your soulmate's personality. So we have 3 tarot cards to tell us a little bit about your soulmate's personality. We have the Strength card, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. Okay. This person has a lot of strength and a lot of determination. So this might be someone who has overcome a lot of obstacles in their life. It looks like they've developed a strong will. This really might be someone who has overcome a lot of loss in their life. I think that part of their compassion that we were talking about before comes from this, like the hurt and the loss and the pain that they have suffered. It makes them very open and very, very able to feel and be nurturing to others that might be going through something similar to them. This could have to do with their job as well. They may have chosen a profession that allows them to kind of nurture and help strengthen other people because they've learned how to cultivate that inner strength for themselves. If it's not, it really is just in the way you see them interacting with everyone around, and also in the way that they treat you. It looks like this person has a mind of their own. They stand by their inner convictions. If they make their mind up about something, even if it means that they're going to go against the grain, it doesn't stop them. This person is very abundant, and it's like they've been able to create success by doing things their own way. And I think a lot of times for this person, their own way is the way of kindness, the way of being very gentle. So even if everyone else is acting like a jerk, this is not someone who's going to jump on the bandwagon and act like a jerk too. They really stand by what they feel, what they know is right. And it just comes from developing that inner strength. It's like they've had to do this, and now they've become so strong that they are kind of a force, but almost a silent force, a very gentle force, but very powerful all the same. I love the Ace of Pentacles energy too, because I think that this person really has created a lot of success and abundance for themselves. It looks like they are someone who attracts new opportunities, and they seize the opportunities when they come to. So I do think that this person is successful in that way, in a very material way, but it doesn't cloud them. It doesn't get to their heads. I don't think that they're braggy about it. I don't think that they are even overly concerned with the amount of wealth that they've accumulated. It's like they know what's important in life, and the money is a great thing. The money is a nice thing to have, and it allows them to be comfortable in their life, but it doesn't rule them. It doesn't rule their life. It doesn't determine who they will associate with, who their friends are. It doesn't determine like how they will behave or what they're willing to do. This isn't someone who will sell their soul for $1. Let's put it like that. They're able to attract new opportunities, and if something doesn't vibe with them, if something goes against their beliefs, they won't take that opportunity. But they are very abundant in the sense that they can attract new opportunities all the time. So they won't sacrifice who they are in order to make money. But it does look like they have made a lot of money. So somehow they figure it out, and they stand by who they truly are. So we are going to use these next two oracle cards to look at a strength of your person, your soulmate, and a struggle. So let's look at the area that they are really successful in, an area that they find ease in, or what people notice about them as a strength. We have Unicorn. And a struggle, Cobra. Okay, Unicorn energy is, in this deck, it is spirit energy. So this is one of the kind of special cards. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. There was a lot of noise outside, and I had to stop recording for a minute. So we were talking about the unicorn here being a strength of your soulmate. So this card is really one of the unique cards in the deck, and it really shows me that this person is extremely unique. This is a one-of-a-kind person. This is something you recognize in them, and I think everyone does too. So this might be that they are extremely skilled at many different things. It seems like they're good at everything they do, and they almost bring a kind of magical ability to every project that they touch. Everything they put their stamp on is of really high caliber. So this is a person that almost in some ways seems too good to be true, and this might be a way that you feel about them in terms of your relationship, but also in terms of just what they bring to the table, what they have to offer, how gifted they are, and how kind and compassionate they are. It really does seem like something that everyone notices about them, and I think that this person probably doesn't even realize how special they are and how many gifts they have to offer. So again, we're back to that idea of the humility. Like, they are so extraordinary, but they don't even realize it, and they stay very humble. I think that is something that you admire about them, and it's something that makes them even more attractive, because they just They are so grounded. They keep their feet on the ground no matter how much success they have or no matter how great and gifted and talented they are. So this is definitely a strength of theirs. Now, the area where they struggle is the Cobra. So this shows me that this person can be really protective of their heart. And it's interesting because before we were talking about how this person may have been through some things, they may have experienced some heartache or some loss in their life. So I think that they may have built up a little bit of a wall around their heart, and it can be difficult for them to let people get close to them sometimes. So they can be a bit protective, maybe a bit closed off. The interesting thing about this is because of this unicorn energy here and because of just how extraordinary this person is, they have the type of energy where people gravitate toward them. So it's almost like they can be quite introverted, very quiet, and prefer to keep to themselves a lot of the time and maybe keep their personal feelings to themselves. I feel like they're the type of person that will take care of everyone else maybe before they will take care of themselves. But they have this energy where people gravitate toward them. So as much as they would love to kind of keep to themselves and kind of keep things a little close, like close to their heart and protected, they just constantly have people wanting to probe a little bit deeper, wanting to know more about them, wanting to connect to them because they just exude that kind of energy that's magnetic. So it's interesting that their strength and their struggle kind of play together in this way, and it's almost like they just can't help but attract people, but at the same time they want to remain a little bit more private and protected. So they struggle a little bit in social settings or in opening up a little. They can be a bit on the shy side. So let's use these final oracle cards to wrap up your reading, and we're going to find out how your soulmate feels about you and also what your life and relationship with them is like. So let's see how they feel about you. We have the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles. These are really beautiful cards to show up in this position. Your soulmate is extremely happy that you came into their lives. It seems like you brighten this person's world, like you make them laugh, like you lift their spirits, raise their mood. If this is, again, somebody who has been through their fair share of struggles, I think that you're a bright spot and kind of just like this really easy energy for them, like something that just kind of just cheers them up. It just elevates everything. Like I was saying, I think they put themselves in the position of being the person that needs to elevate everyone else's mood, take care of everyone else, make everyone else feel happy and feel better. And in your case, it's like your presence in their life does that for them. So you play a role in their life that they're not familiar with. They're used to playing this role for others, not for having this role played for them. So they really value you in their life. It seems like once you come into their life, they never want to let you go. So they see long-term commitment with you. They see creating a family with you. This person seems like they will be loyal and completely devoted to you for this reason. I think that they have that ability of extreme devotion just already a part of their character. But then in terms of what they've been through and how special this connection is, they're not going to want to let you go. So it feels to me like the way they see it is once your paths converge, they never want those paths to separate again. So they don't see a life without you. They don't see living and continuing on without you. That's really, really beautiful and special. This last oracle card is going to talk about what your life and relationship is like with this person. So we have Clean It Up. This is number 21. So this card, what this is making me see about your relationship and this connection is that it feels really open. It feels like both of you are free to express yourselves and to communicate with each other, and the communication is great. It seems like the relationship just heals a lot of wounds for both of you. If both of you were entering this connection in the Seven of Swords energy, and if for you it meant that there was maybe a lot of deception or it was hard for you to trust in the past. This is a relationship that really heals all of those wounds, because the two of you can trust and depend on each other in a way that you have not been able to in past relationships. So it really kind of just, like the card says, it cleans up all of that messy stuff, all of that baggage. It kind of clears away all of that. It feels like you both are people who take responsibility for how you show up in the relationship, and you both put in a lot of effort to try to show up as your best selves. So it's not the type of relationship where you're the only one doing any of the work. It's like there's a lot of thought and a lot of conscious effort for both people to try to present themselves as best as they can, to try to show up as the best version of themselves, to let this connection flourish. So, I want to say it's a given that the two of you are going to help each other work through difficult times. It's not that you're doing that on your own separately, but it's like you're both interested in taking responsibility for yourselves and growing in the ways that are going to help you live more harmoniously together. So really beautiful connection. I think that's all the messages I see for you, group 2. I really enjoyed reading your cards. This was a very beautiful connection. I'm excited. I'm excited for you, for this connection to come into your life. If you resonate with this, if you maybe know who this person is, don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will hopefully see you in another video sometime soon. Bye. Hi, number 3, if you picked the lapis lazuli, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out every detail about your soulmate. So we're going to jump right into your tarot cards. I have 3 cards here, and these cards are going to represent the start of your relationship. So the first card is going to show us what the energy between the two of you at the beginning of your relationship is like. And then I have a card to represent how their energy is at the beginning of your relationship, and then one to represent how your energy is when the two of you first come together. So let's look at the energy between the two of you when this connection first begins. We have the Devil. Okay. That's interesting energy. It's nothing to be afraid of. Really what this can mean on its most surface level, and then we'll kind of dive into some more interpretations, is that there's a lot of physical attraction between the two of you when you first come together. The Devil card is also Capricorn energy, so this can also represent a time that the two of you may meet. You may meet in Capricorn season. You may be a Capricorn, or your soulmate may be a Capricorn, and Capricorn energy is very stable energy. It's also very, in some ways it can be slow moving. So the relationship could be a slow burn when it first starts. We're going to look into more of your cards and see if that's confirmed, but it could be something where it's a bit of a slow burn. What this really could show is that when the two of you come together, at the time that you meet, you both might be in the process of confronting your shadow side. So you could meet when you're in the process of working through some shadow elements of your personality, or you could meet once you have kind of cleared away some of these shadow aspects. So the two of you are coming together at a time when you're both really ready to release things, when you're ready to move on from areas that have been holding you back. It seems like both of you are ready to make some important changes and shifts when this connection first begins. So whether you're in the process of that or have just come through that place, it's like that's the energy between you, which, although this can be kind of a strange card to get in terms of the beginning of a romance, I'm kind of liking the energy the more that I'm tapping into this, because it seems like two people who have done a lot of work on themselves. So kind of evenly matching each other in that way. And that's really good, to match each other in terms of doing that work and confronting things that need to shift and change in life. It's like the two of you are going to relate to each other in that way. It might be that both of you are coming out of a really dark place, and it's like you're ready to welcome in the light. So this could be an indication that this relationship is a super bright spot in your life and really kind of helps to overcome and to put the past that was maybe not the most pleasant, to put those things behind you as you move into this new place. So there might be still growth to do on both of your ends, but it looks like a lot of growth has been done. So it could be that the two of you are helping each other heal some of these things, old traumas related to relationships, whether they're romantic or family connections. There could be maybe some form of addiction present here in your soulmate's past or in your past that's helped by this connection, like that's healed by this connection. There could even be, this could be maybe about codependent relationships. One or both of you may have been involved in codependent relationships in the past, and as you're coming together, you're clearing this away. So it's like you're both at a point of reevaluating what you want for your future in terms of your relationships, and you're both realizing that although some relationships have felt really good to you in the past on a very surface level, they never really provided the type of commitment or longevity that you were looking for. So it feels like this relationship is going to be a major shift for you. If you have come from a place of not getting what you want out of relationships, or feeling like you were overly dependent on or waiting to receive some sort of reciprocation from the people that you were involved with and not getting that, maybe even sometimes just not getting the answers that you need out of a relationship, maybe not getting the communication that you need, this feels like a fresh start for you. This feels like something that is completely different on a surface level, and also on a level that's deeper than that. When the two of you come together, there's something very different about it, and there's something transformational about it. For some of you, you could be meeting in some kind of group where you're, I want to say like in a support group type of setting. It might not be a support group, but it might be in a group of people where you feel like you can really lean on them, and where you all kind of exchange energy in the way of helping each other talk through problems. So it could be that you meet in kind of a transformational environment, and that's why this devil energy is present between the two of you when you first meet. Like I said in the beginning, this can also just speak to a lot of physical attraction, and it could be that the two of you make this relationship physical very early on in your relationship, and there might be almost like an addictive feeling around this person, and I think it's something that would be mutual and reciprocated. So it might be that it does start out as something kind of casual that moves really fast, but both of you feel really pulled and drawn and connected to each other, and it's like you're not satisfied to leave it at that one encounter, and it kind of blossoms into more. So it will be different for everybody. This is a general reading, but those are some interpretations of the energy between the two of you when you come together. Now let's look at the energy of your soulmate when you come together. They are coming through as the Three of Wands, fire energy, and we'll look at your energy. You are showing up as Innocence of Pentacles. So this is Page of Pentacles energy. So first, looking at your soulmate showing up as the Three of Wands. This really shows and kind of touches on what we were talking about with this devil energy. This person is in a period of growth and expansion when the two of you meet. So this growth may have to do with their approach to relationships, or it might have something to do with other areas of their life. It could be growth in their career, or them wanting to really change something about the course of their life. They're really taking control over something, and they're shifting something. So it seems like they're at a turning point at the time you two come together, and they have really big plans for how they can improve and who they want to become. Looking at this, I wouldn't be surprised if you did meet this person in some kind of I want to say like a developmental scenario, which I'm not sure makes any sense, but I mean something that's set up for people to better themselves. So it could be like a group setting, like we were talking about before. It could be like maybe a mastermind. Okay, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting here, is like a mastermind type energy, a group of people that get together to like to either do work together or to run ideas past each other. But it's like there is this feeling of a collaborative energy between the two of you. There's a feeling of a lot of growth and expansion, and that might be a lot of what the two of you talk about and connect on when you first meet each other, or when you first begin this relationship. They're most likely making changes to how they pursue and approach their passions with this Three of Wands energy. So their passions could be in terms of career, or what they would like their career to be, following more of their passions. It could also be a change in approach to how they do relationships. So when we talk about passion, that can be romantic passion. They might be right on the cusp of reevaluating how they want to show up in relationships, or how they want to be treated in a relationship. And I think the two of you are seeing eye to eye on that. This might be someone who wasn't they might not have been completely willing to be in a committed relationship until they meet you. And I feel like it's not a change that just occurs right when they meet you. It's something that's kind of brewing in them before the two of you meet. They're already starting to mull over the idea of maybe finding something more long-term, maybe wanting a partner in their life instead of just like hookups. So there's something about their mentality that's really shifting when the two of you first meet. They're in a place of broadening their horizons, of stepping out of their comfort zone in so many different ways. And this could also be an indication that you meet this person when they are traveling. So this might be someone that isn't actually from the area where you live, and they are just visiting the area when you first meet them. So this could be someone who travels often, or someone who is taking like just an experimental trip. But for some of you, you might meet this person while they are actively traveling. And I just think they may be, it's like they're working on something. But I think because it's a general reading, it's a little bit interesting to try to pin down what that is. This might be that you're meeting somebody while they're working on a degree. They might be like maybe close to graduating with a certain degree, and they're about to embark on this new adventure of the career path that they've been studying, but it feels like they're right on the cusp of something when the two of you meet. Now, coming over to your energy with this Innocence of Pentacles, it seems like you are at a period of growth as well when the two of you meet. It's like you're in pursuit of some kind of stability. So this could be financial stability, or it could be stability in your relationships. But you too are looking for something different and looking for a change and a shift when you meet this person. And it's like this person's going to fill that role for you, and you're going to fill that role for them. You might be just starting out on your own career path, or just starting a business when you meet this person. It feels like you both are nurturing something in its infancy, and you probably connect over this. So there's like this feeling of it might not be in the same path, because I am getting different energies here, this fire energy and this earth energy here. But even if these two things are in no way related, both of you can kind of connect over the fact that you're in a period of transformation, that you are trying to really nurture and baby this little seed that you have planted. And I think the two of you really connect over kind of discussing your plans for the future and where you want this to go and how you want to grow and who you want to become. And it looks to me like that's what the two of you are falling in love over. I think that you do have some different interests than this person, and some different goals in some ways. I think your ultimate goal is probably very much the same, but your path to getting there is different. And I think the two of you really connect over this, just kind of sharing these parts of yourself with one another. I think it makes you both really happy. You might find that this person is the only person in your life that really gets you, that is in that same exact phase as you and can have the conversation, and your soulmate, I think, feels that same way about you. It looks like you're feeling really hopeful and optimistic when you first meet this person, really looking toward the future. And it's like both of you have a lot to look forward to when you come together, because in a lot of ways, you're both at this turning point. You're both at a new stage and a new phase in your life when you meet. It does feel like this person is probably pretty similar in age to you. If not similar in age, then very similar in terms of where you are in life. It's like you both are at this this place where you haven't necessarily like achieved everything that you want to yet, but you're working on it. You're way past the planning phase. It's like you're in that phase of implementing some of these changes that you want to make. So you are similar in that way. Let's look at your next tarot cards. This is going to tell us about your soulmate's personality. So we have 3 tarot cards here, and we'll just get some more information about who this person is. Okay, we have the Devil again. That's crazy. We have the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. So 2 sixes. Okay, a lot of 6s here. 6s represent stability. I feel like there's a lot of repetition and symbolism in your reading so far. Yeah, I think the 2 of you are very evenly matched, and that's what this repetition of 6s is making me feel. It's like you are very evenly matched, and you kind of balance each other out. You create that stability for each other by being in the same place at the same time, ready to listen, ready to hear and experience with each other. So this person is someone who is very devoted to anything that's important to them. So anything that they put their mind to, they're going to go at it kind of with everything they have, and they're going to be really committed to seeing it all the way through. So this is the type of person who evaluates their choices, and they want to uncover the true motives behind their choices. So they aren't afraid of shadow work. They aren't afraid of their shadow self. With all this Devil energy showing up here, they're not afraid to kind of look at the scarier aspects of their personality and figure out what makes them tick. So this is someone who really is going to have a firm grasp on who they are and what they need out of relationships, or what they need out of any given situation, because they're not afraid to kind of explore those areas, see what it is that they need and what they want and why they are operating the way that they are. So I feel like this person expresses themselves pretty freely and openly when it comes to their fears, when it comes to their desires, their shortcomings, and areas where they might have like given away their power. They can definitely sit and have a conversation with you about where they went wrong, where they could improve. And that's kind of refreshing, I think, because you may have found yourself in relationships with people who will never admit to having a fault at all. And they will never admit that they maybe made the wrong choice, or they said the wrong words, or that that they were not the nicest person. And this is someone who definitely can admit that. They can see their own faults and their own flaws. And I think this is like something in them that has brought them to this place of success. They may have overcome a lot of things to get here, but part of it is just that ability to self-assess. That's part of why they are even at this place where they can start turning things around, and where they're looking forward to the future and figuring out exactly where they want to go and making it happen. They're the type of person that will be willing to share every part of themselves with you. And that means the good and the bad. And in turn, they're going to be willing to share and accept the good and the bad aspects of your personality too. So this is somebody who will love you through every success that you have and every failure that you have, and really kind of meet you right there. Again, provide that kind of stability and balance you out, because they know that they're not perfect, so they don't expect you to be. And I think this is someone that when you're kind of down on your luck, they can really raise your spirits, because they know what it's like to be where you are. Like, they're not someone that's just had everything work out for them, but they know how to fight through it. So whenever you need that little bit of support, I think they can be there for you, and that's something that you can do for them as well. I think that this is someone who really wants to get to know you on a very deep level. And that's coming from just the idea that they know themselves on such a deep level, and they really explore themselves and like every little dark corner of their personality and of their psyche, they explore it. So they're going to want to do the same with you. They're going to want to know every little piece of you, and they're going to want to share every piece of themselves with you. I think this person has a really tender side to their personality, and they also like to have a lot of fun. So a very well-rounded person, very multifaceted person, probably somebody who looks forward to raising a family. I think that what they want most of all is a stable support system, and they want to be surrounded by people they love. And in their eyes, I think having that support and growing that family, even if that's not like through having children, it's like they just want to kind of assemble their tribe in a way, and you are a key part of that, because you're like their other half. Not that they're not whole or that you're not whole. You're both very whole before you come together, but there's some form of completion here. And I think that assembling that tribe, whether that's through having children or just bringing together a group of people that love and support each other, I think that's the ultimate victory in their eyes. That's the ultimate form of success to them. That's how they'll know that they made it, by having those strong connections. So that does make me think that that might be something this person's longing for. That might be something that they have lacked. Maybe they didn't have the strongest family bonds growing up, or they came from like a very tumultuous type of family situation when they were children, because it seems like their ultimate goal is to put something really firm in place, and to put something, like, also with this Six of Cups energy, something really sweet and tender. Like, they have a really sweet side to them, and I feel like that's something that they don't necessarily lead with. It might not be the very first thing that you notice about them, but they are extremely tender and generous and very empathetic when it comes to understanding what people are going through and really helping them kind of work through things on that deeper shadow level. So let's use these next two oracle cards to find a strength of your soulmates, and then also a struggle. So an area that they absolutely succeed and excel in, and an area where they could stand to improve a little bit. There's something to work on. So their strength is the Nightingale. This is air energy. And their struggle is the Oyster, water energy. Okay. The Nightingale it's a really beautiful card. It's like become one of my favorite cards in the deck. So this person is really great at communicating their feelings and their emotions. And they like to talk things through. They like to get to the bottom of how they feel, and it makes them feel more connected. So they're going to want to talk to you and share things with you. And we were kind of already talking about that. Like, they do want to know every little detail, and they want to share with you every little detail. So they are actually gifted at that. They are gifted at communicating that, and that's a beautiful thing. For some of you, this person might express their feelings and their emotions through songs or songwriting. They also might be like a poet or be into journaling. They have a way of expressing themselves, whether that's verbal communication or writing it out. They have a way of getting it out and of expressing. They're really good at speaking their truth. They're really good at knowing their truth. They're good at knowing what the truth is and exactly how they feel and why they are acting or responding in certain ways. They're very good at getting to the bottom of that. And they can really see the truth in any situation. Again, though, like, they are really comfortable with who they are, and they're very authentic. So I think it puts you at ease, and it puts a lot of people at ease around them, because it's like they're so authentic and they're so comfortable in their own skin that it kind of encourages everyone around them to be that way too. They have no problem speaking up about what their truth is. And that authenticity really serves them well. It feels like this person is someone that has a message to spread out into the world in some form, whether that's through music or this might be someone who like has a podcast or something where they express their views and their opinions. So this could have to do with their career. I think they're very skilled and passionate about expressing their viewpoint in some way, and they have their own way of getting it out there. Like we were talking about these different avenues, but somehow they have a way of getting it out there. Writing, speaking, singing, they express themselves. Now, an area where they struggle is this oyster. So this is a case of their strength is also their weakness. And I think that we see that a lot in ourselves. I know I noticed that in myself too. There are certain things about our personalities that's like, this is what's so great about me. And at the same time, this is where I always trip up and I always stumble. So like, let's use an example of like, if you have perfectionistic tendencies. The thing that's great about you and where your strength lies is that you will really be meticulous about how you do things, that you will be, you have a higher standard for yourself. So everything that you do is of great quality, and that's a beautiful thing. It'll be something that people notice about you. Like, you do great work. Whatever you do, it's always amazing. And then that can also in turn be your weakness, because it can be really difficult to put anything out, to get any work done if it doesn't reach that certain level, that standard that you hold for yourself. So kind of taking that example to this, it's exactly like that. This person's strength is also their weakness. They go through periods of time where they might feel a little bit overexposed and they want to withdraw and they want to protect themselves. They can be closed off and they can keep their inner wisdom or their gifts and talents to themselves. So like we're talking about, this person likes to express themselves and they have a way of doing that. There can come a point where they just feel like they have expressed too much, like they shared too much, like they feel uncomfortable after sharing something really private and really close to them, and they can shut down. I think it's something that they kind of go in and out of. I think they're more often in this nightingale energy, but sometimes they can feel like the oyster. And I think it might depend on who the audience is. Like there might be times that they express something and then feel maybe a little bit embarrassed about what they expressed and to whom they expressed it. So yeah, it's something that maybe they could work on. They might even struggle with maybe oversharing sometimes, and that can throw them into this oyster energy. Like once they review what they said, they can kind of beat themselves up, like, why did I let that come out of my mouth? And so maybe they speak too freely at times. Maybe they have a tendency to put their foot in their mouth sometimes, or say things at a bad time. And that can happen with somebody who is so willing to express, because sometimes we're around people who aren't willing to hear the truth. And I think maybe this person doesn't know exactly when to state the truth and when to just keep quiet. So that could be a little bit of a struggle and a shortcoming for them. But ultimately, they are very good at expressing themselves, and they're very true to themselves. So even if they put their foot in their mouth, at least they were being true to themselves and they were expressing what they wanted and needed to at that time. So let's wrap up the reading with these last cards. These are going to show us how your soulmate feels about you, and also what your life and relationship is like with your soulmate. So let's look at how your soulmate feels about you. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Star. That's beautiful. They think that you're really the perfect match for them. And I think they like the way that you challenge them. They feel like you two work really well together. And this might kind of go back to that energy of sixes and the balance that the number 6 kind of suggests. It just feels like They think the two of you collaborate very well, and that might extend past a romantic sense. You two might do some sort of work together, or just kind of balancing each other out helps you in your own personal pursuits. I think you help them to see a lot of new perspectives, and they think, again, that you make a great team. They think that you make them a better person, and they love the ways that you are different from them. Like, they don't need for you to want to do exactly the same thing as they want to do. And I think we kind of touched on that with this Three of Wands energy, the Innocence of Pentacles energy. It's different energy. So the two of you might be growing and changing and pursuing different things, but this person really appreciates that and will kind of find common ground with you. Like, you're in the same phase of something, but you're in pursuit of two very different things. So I think they notice this and they appreciate that. I think they really recognize their own weaknesses, and they recognize that their weaknesses are your strengths, and that kind of goes both ways. Their weaknesses are, okay, I'm saying it both ways. You know what I mean, right? Where they are weak, you are strong, and where you are weak, they are strong. So again, making each other kind of balanced out. And it's like, in some ways you make them believe that the world is a better place, that it's a safe place, that it's a kind place. I think they dedicate a lot of attention to you, and they really want to make your dreams come true. So any way they can help you to achieve your dream, they want to do that. And it's not because they don't think you're capable of achieving these things on your own. It's more because they love you so much and they admire you so much that they think you are so talented that they'll do anything to make you happy. So it does feel like there's a lot of attention kind of coming your way from this person, and really building you up. Like, they believe in you a lot. So let's look at what your relationship and your life with this person is like. And we have Thinker. This is the energy of really being stimulated, really being intellectually stimulated. It's like you have a lot in common with this person, probably in terms of just how you view the world and how you approach the world. And your relationship really goes beyond that passion and desire that was probably present in the very beginning with that devil energy. It goes so far beyond that. It's like you're constantly helping each other grow. I think that this energy of you two being on the cusp of something and being in a period of growth when you first come together is more like foreshadowing to just how your whole relationship is going to be. So it's not so much that you are only in this phase one time. I think you're always in this phase because the two of you allow each other the space to grow and to evolve. So you're always in this period of change and of expansion. And it's like you help each other do that. I think that they challenge your mind a lot and you challenge theirs. And this is someone you can be honest with and show every side of yourself to. So they're seeing every part of you, like we were talking about before. They're seeing the good, they're seeing the bad, and all of it just makes them love you more. So it's a very loving relationship. It's a very secure relationship, and something that just feels like it helps your soul grow and progress. So I think that this is a situation where you're going to feel like you found your perfect match, and they're going to feel like they found their perfect match, because nobody has ever been able to challenge you like this and to help you grow, and they feel exactly the same way. So that's all the messages I see for you. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I loved reading your cards for you. If you liked this video, if it resonated for you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing it. And hopefully I will see you again really soon in another video. Bye. Hi, number 4. If you picked the rose quartz, this is going to be your reading. We're going to get every detail we can about your soulmate and your life with your soulmate. So let's jump right into your tarot cards. I have 3 cards here, and we're going to be looking at the beginning of your relationship when you first come together with your soulmate. So this first card is going to represent the energy dynamic between the two of you when you first come together. The next card will show the energy of your soulmate when the two of you first come together, and the last card will represent your energy at the start of the relationship. So let's look at the energy between the two of you. Okay, we have the universe. So this is the world card in traditional tarot. This is a really nice card to start the reading out on. It seems like you're going to meet this person when you have kind of a sense of completion or of wholeness. So you might meet right after you graduate school or right after you close out a certain chapter of your life, but there is this feeling of you like kind of moving on into the next phase and completing a cycle when the two of you come together. It feels like you're feeling a sense of accomplishment. For some of you, this might be that you've just ended a relationship, or your soulmate has just ended a relationship. But there is a feeling that like you're moving on into a new phase. And there's like, it's a good feeling. Like it's a feeling of leveling up in a way. It might be that you feel that this person is a level up for you. Like, you have kind of stepped into a new realm in terms of relationship. You might see this person as, this might sound mean, but you might see them as a higher caliber than people you have dated in the past. So that's no offense to previous relationships, but if they were not satisfactory to you, you might find that this relationship kind of just brings a different energy to it, and it's something that you can find a little bit more satisfying, or it meets your expectations a little bit more than what has happened in the past. So you might feel like you've kind of graduated to a new level in that way. There's a feeling that when you meet, you both instantly know that the next phase of your life is going to include this person. That could be because you are at a stage of transitioning into a new cycle when you meet this person, and like you instantly recognize that they are significant. So it might just seem like a given that they travel with you into this new part of your life. But it seems like you know that you're going to journey into that next phase together. So I'm kind of picking up on a little bit of like just an intuitive knowing. There might be just something about the person or about the connection that just makes it click. It might be fast. It might be really fast for some of you, but it feels like there's just a knowing between the two of you that the relationship will continue, that they will be in your life. So let's look at the energy of your soulmate. Okay, we have the Sage. This is the Hierophant. And for your energy, we have the Star. Okay. Your soulmate could be someone who is highly spiritually developed when you meet them. The two of you might connect over spiritual matters. This can also mean that they are like deep in study, in the process of studying and pursuing a certain field when you meet them. So they might be in school. Yeah, they might be currently in school. It's funny because with this World card, there could be a graduation, or there's a sense of a graduation, and that could be in terms of schooling. So you may meet this person at university or some other form of school. You might meet them while they are in school, or you could be the one studying. But I am getting kind of a feeling from this person that that they might be the ones studying. If that's the case, this is someone who's highly devoted to their studies, and they're very passionate about whatever it is that they're learning, and the profession that they're about to step into. So this might be somebody who is on like a long course of study. They might be on the path to becoming a doctor or a lawyer, something that kind of requires a lot of schooling, but it's something that they felt passionate about, like passionate enough about to pursue, like to devote all of this time and energy to this long course of study. They could also already be in this field, if they are already in this field and have already like graduated and they've completed their schooling, this is someone who is sort of an authority in their field. So they're highly regarded. They're kind of seen as the authority. They're kind of seen as a leader or some kind of trailblazer in the field that they're in. And this doesn't have to be a field that required a great deal of study, but it is something that they seem to have established themselves in. They've established themselves as some sort of authority, as the person to go to, as the person who has the answers. I guess they might teach in that way. This, for some of you, could be someone who teaches something online. They're kind of the person that people come to help guide them. There's a feeling of like this person has some sort of wisdom or a lot of knowledge and experience in a particular field. You might notice that this person has really traditional views right from the beginning. This could manifest in them being kind of rigid in the way that they think, but it doesn't have to. This might be... okay, so this can be like some kind of religious... traditional views. It can show up in that form. Like they might have a very very strong spiritual background and really want to pursue and uphold these certain traditions. It doesn't have to be that. This can be that they have a lot of respect for their parents, or they have a really strong desire to get married, or that they feel really strongly for some form of traditional education or something like that. But there's something that this person is very convicted about, and it's like this is going to draw you to them. It's going to attract you to them. So I am picking up on that it's going to be something you find attractive to them. It's not going to be something that you view as really rigid or stuffy. So if your mind immediately went to something that felt stuffy, it's not really that kind of energy. It's something like they might want to uphold family traditions. Maybe they want to take over a family business, or they want to follow in one of their parents' footsteps in terms of what profession they go into. It's something like that. It could even be for some that they have parents that have been in a very long, devoted marriage, and they're looking for a connection just like that. That could be what it is. And it's just, it'll vary for everyone, but I want to point out it's not something that you will view as a detractor from this person. This is something that you actually really love and appreciate about this person right from the beginning. This is Aries energy here, so we have fire energy. No, this is Taurus energy, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a certain kind of stability. I'm trying to like decipher this. I'm trying to decipher this message for you, because there is something really traditional or stable in a way about this person, and I'm not sure if I'm really getting to the heart of that. We'll have to see when we like look into the cards more and see what else we can find out about this person. But there's something about them that is really stable, and that's probably where that Taurus energy is coming from. You, on the other hand, you're showing up as the star. So it looks like when you meet this person, you're really coming into your own. This person might be a little bit older than you, or just further along, just more developed, because it's like you're coming into this place of really recognizing your gifts and your abilities, whereas they may have known about their gifts and abilities or the path that they wanted to travel on for a long time before meeting you. The star card can show that you have come from a difficult or a challenging time, and that you're kind of on the other side of that when this person shows up. So if you have been going through a kind of a long, hard period of a lot of trials, the star card can really represent kind of just like the sunshine again, like just that bright star shining, that hope and that renewed faith that things are going to be okay. You seem to be at a point of realizing that your dreams can actually come true, and this person makes you feel even more hopeful about it. This person may feel like like an answered prayer. So this could be someone that's really like checking all your boxes and is just everything you asked for, which in a lot of ways could feel a little bit overwhelming at first, especially if you don't feel like you've been getting everything that you ask for. This could be a little bit overwhelming, but I feel like this person kind of, it's like they swoop in just at the perfect time, and your hope is really renewed just from meeting them. That might be why there's that feeling of you going into the next phase of your life with this person. It just feels like it's a given. It just feels like, of course you would. And that might be, it might be for different reasons on different sides. I feel like from this sage perspective of your soulmate, I feel like the reason that this relationship might be a given, like that it's going to go into the next phase, is because they do view things very traditionally, and they know that like they met their soulmate and they want to like keep hold of this connection. And on your end, it might be because this is your answered prayer. So I feel like maybe for different reasons, you're coming to the same conclusion, like this is going to be lasting. We are going to go into the next phase of our lives together. These cards here, I forgot to say, they're going to represent your person's personality, your soulmate's personality. So we're going to just get some more information about who this person is. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups. And the Ten of Wands. Okay, this person is super determined. I'll say that right from the beginning. Even when they are challenged or they feel like they are stuck, or like they're facing just a lot of heavy burdens, they will stick with something until it's complete. They're very dependable and very strong. That Taurus energy is kind of showing up here again. We've got more earth energy here with the Knight of Pentacles. Very dependable and strong. You can count on this person. This person has been through their fair share of struggles, but it's only made them more resilient. It's only grown their character even more. This is the type of person that likes things done right. Yeah. They'll take their time to make sure things are done properly, which kind of goes back to this sage energy. Maybe that's that energy I was picking up on and trying to decipher. It's like they are traditional in a sense, and in some ways that tradition just means they will actually take the time to make sure things are done right, like that things are done by the book. So that might be a part of their personality that you really notice and admire. They're very, very hardworking. This is somebody, looking at these cards, who would pursue a long course of study. So we were talking about that before. We were talking about this person maybe being in school or being in a field where they had to study for a long time to get to where they are. This is certainly somebody who would have taken that on with this Knight of Pentacles energy. With this Ten of Wands energy, they definitely would have taken that challenge on. They will stick with things for the long haul. They will see things through to the end, and there's really not an obstacle that this person cannot overcome. They are an extremely devoted partner, even when things get rough. So, I mean, we all know relationships are not perfect, and they certainly aren't perfect all the time. This is not a person who will just walk out when things get a little hard. They are someone who I think you can look back in their history, look at their track record, and see that they are devoted enough to stick around, because they've demonstrated that devotion in the things they've accomplished even before they met you. This is someone who values really deep connections. I think this is someone who doesn't necessarily have a huge group of friends, but they have a few very close friends. They definitely value quality relationships over quantity of relationships, and they are very loyal and devoted. So those people who are special and significant in their lives are going to be a part of their lives for the long haul, and that's how they feel about you. They don't see this as like a, I just want to say, like, they're not flippant. Like, these are not just light choices that they make. They take their time considering things. They consider every option, every side of the equation. And when they've made up their minds, they stick to it. And I just want to say this person is like very kind-hearted. And I think just somebody who can really, they really just show a lot of love to everyone around them. Even, you know, it's friends, family members, and of course this romantic connection, but I feel like they're just a very loving and kind person, and it's just very obvious. It's something that people notice about them right away. So let's use these next oracle cards to look at your soulmate's strengths and their struggles. So we want to see what areas this person excels at and what areas they have a little bit of a difficult time with. So first we'll look at their strength. We have beaver. And then the area where they struggle is butterfly. Okay, we'll look at their strength first. So this beaver energy is a very stable energy. It's a very family-oriented energy. This is clearly their strength. We've already kind of touched on this. This is someone who wants to build a home and build a family, and they are in search of stability. They're in search of something that they can depend on, and they're also looking to be that dependable person, that source of dependability in your life. They definitely excel at this, and everyone around them knows it. They are the type of person that always shows up, that's always there. They're not just physically present, but they are mentally present. So they're not just a person who's there, like they just sit there on the couch and don't like contribute in any meaningful way. They are a person who will really take the time to be present with you, to listen to you, to hear your concerns, or to improve things where they can. Their main goal is to create more stability. They want you to feel stable, and they want you to feel safe. This is the type of person that never gives up. So they are viewed as someone who is very, very strong, and they are also very grounded. So they are that grounded force, that dependable force in every circle they run in, like whether it's their family, their friend group, or in their romantic relationships. They are known as the dependable person. They are known as the person who you can always count on, you can always call, and they will show up for you. They definitely excel at this. In the area of their struggle, they had the butterfly. So this person struggles with transformation. They can really prefer for things to stay the same. And that's really understandable looking at all of this really strong, grounded earth energy. They can prefer for things to just be as they always were because they really struggle in uncertain times. They like consistency. They like predictability. They like for... it's like they want to know, like, I want to say they want to know where their next meal is coming from. So in a very material sense, this is someone who would want a very stable job and who will be a great provider, because that is part of the stability and dependability that they are searching for. They want to create a situation where they know what they can count on. They know kind of like what they have, and that's going to be there for them tomorrow. When things are uncertain, this person is very thrown off. It can feel like the rug has been pulled out from underneath them, and they can kind of freak out a little bit in times of uncertainty. They are someone who can be really hard on themselves in terms of allowing themselves to show up in new and different ways. So this is part of why it's hard for them to change. Like, this is someone who, if they've played a certain role in their family group or their friend group, if they want to maybe change and develop and not show up that way anymore, this is something they would struggle with, because they know that people depend on them to be this certain way, to be this certain person, to provide these certain things, and they would really struggle with the idea of not showing up for people in that way. It's like, because we were talking about with this tradition, breaking with tradition is just something that's really hard for them. So if you are a more spontaneous person, you're going to help this person grow. I think that their dependability and their stability is something that you will appreciate in them, but they can struggle when it comes to maybe being a little bit more spontaneous, maybe flying by the seat of their pants every now and then. That's not their natural way. Their natural way is to create stability and to create things that are sure, that are sound, that are grounded. So they might need a little bit of help when it comes to shaking things up. We have 3 more cards, and then we will wrap up your reading. We're going to look at, with these tarot cards, how your soulmate feels about you. And then with this oracle card, we are going to look at what your life and relationship is like with your soulmate. So let's see how your soulmate feels about you. We have the Ten of Swords. Oh, interesting. And the Two of Wands. Okay. Wow, that is just so them that I like. I just have to take a second. This Ten of Swords, honestly, they feel defeated by you, and this is like, it's kind of a strange energy, but they just kind of, oh, I think you threw them off big time. I think as we've just been talking about all of the stability that this person provides and also depends on, I don't think that they were expecting you. I don't think they were expecting just how strongly they feel about you and how passionate they feel about you. So they kind of feel like they've been beaten, like they've lost in some way, and like, you know what I'll say? This connection at first makes them feel really weak because they just see themselves as someone so strong, so dependable. They're never going to get thrown off, and you throw them off big time. So they feel weakened by you. You challenge their whole view of the world. You represent the strongest feelings that they've ever had. And in a lot of ways, you could shatter their entire belief system. So we were talking about it. This person doesn't like change. And when you enter their life, it's a huge change for them. So, yeah. I think that they really have a sense of being defeated because they know that that old version of themselves has to fade away in order to make room for the new version that is with you, that has you. And ultimately they view having you as more important than the old version of themselves. But it takes kind of like this this huge transformation on their part, which we talked about with the butterflies, maybe their least favorite thing. As I was saying before, you might help this person grow in this area of resisting change. And now that I'm seeing this, I'm seeing you're going to help this person grow in the area of resisting change as soon as you meet them. This might be something that you keep working on throughout your relationship, but just meeting them, just coming into their life is going to challenge them in this way, and it's going to force them to transform. I know how much they care about you because I can see that they choose the transformation, and I can see how hard that is for them. This Two of Wands tells me that they want a future with you. They want to have you in their life. I just feel like it's like they're forced into this in a way. They're kind of pushed into a corner. What makes them get up and dust themselves off after they've been absolutely floored by you is the fact that they want the future with you. So this is, I mean, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. This is a huge transformation that this person has to go through, which, you know, I feel a little bit bad for them. That does suck when we're confronted with the things that we fear the most. But the fact that they choose you is really beautiful, because this was not easy for them. But this shows that they are capable of changing. And even though they don't love doing it, it's something that they can do. And you'll see that right from the beginning. So if you did view them as somebody who was kind of rigid or unwilling to change, right from the beginning, you're going to notice that they are making massive changes to be with you. Let's use this last oracle card to see what your life and relationship is like with your soulmate. And we have peace. This number 23 also reduces to a 5, which is all about change. So yeah, there's a lot of change that needs to happen at first, I think mainly on your soulmate's part, but your life with them is very peaceful. It's very tranquil. It is steady and stable because that's what they provide, being this Knight of Pentacles. There's no drama with this person, and you feel really safe with them. Being with them puts your mind at ease because you know that they're always going to be there for you. You have a really happy, comfortable life together. And it also looks like your finances are in great shape. And I think that It might be you. It might be you that's contributing to that, but I am really reading more of their energy here because we're looking into who they are. Your soulmate is a provider. Very steady and stable. So this is someone who will make sure that you are set for life, that, you know, has all of the accounts and all of the investments and everything's in order, and wants to provide a beautiful life for you. So that puts your mind at ease. It puts you at a lot of peace because you don't have to worry. Your basic needs and then some are going to be met without you having to even think about it, because this person will kind of facilitate that. They will make sure of that. That's what they want to do for you and with you. That's the kind of life they want to build with you. So you're not going to have to worry about anything when this person is around, because they don't want you to. They want to make things really comfortable and nice for you. So I think that is all the messages I see for you. Really beautiful reading, very beautiful reading. A little hard to decipher at first, but yeah, I think your person is just super stable and just doesn't love change that much, but stability is a great thing. So I think I will leave the reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this video, if it resonated for you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I will see you again in another video very soon. Bye!